In the heart of Yorkshire, our health service is hard at work.
Barnsley.
A dedicated team working around the clock in casualty.
How much pain are you in?
A lot.
A lot.
I'm not sure if she'll be home for Emmerdale.
They're with us for our most vulnerable moments.
Just be a little bit sore because it'll be bruised.
I don't want to stay in hospital.
Facing life and death, trauma and tears.
Might to die.
The honest answer is I don't know.
Supporting each other through the toughest shifts.
Oh, bless you. Your little darling.
This is Barnsley Casualty 24/7.
Oh, what a day.
I got that strong.
On shift tonight,
Trauma, yep.
lead nurse Hannah Ryan,
Resus D, 29-year-old male, full flight of stairs.
advanced nurse practitioner Cheryl Barnes,
When was the last time you felt like you could collapse?
junior doctor George Kay,
That's just me after I've had a few, isn't it, George Wobble?
and advanced nurse practitioner Richard Jackson.
I won't have to cut your hair.
So, get ready to share a shift at Barnsley Casualty.
They should get me on Alan Carr's show for the lookalike.
At Barnsley Hospital's casualty department, it's the start of a new day.
Right, what's Nick Manny doing with this child?
But as the new team clock on, the department is extremely busy.
Hannah, do you know what's happening with Freddie's patient?
Yep, she should have had a treatment, so Charlotte.
It's the job of lead nurse Hannah to keep patients moving through the 30 treatment bays and the resus area.
That lady needs to go over her to CT. If not, she's going to breach, so she needs to go there.
Even though the wintry weather is over, the casualty department is still expecting to treat, discharge or admit over 250 patients today.
This way!
I hope by here, though, we should have beds.
Hopefully.
Look at that, George. I've got that specially for you.
Oh, you didn't. Oh, thank you. Are you trying to make me fat?
Starting his 9-hour shift is Dr. K.
I'm so bored. I got into medicine because when I was 15, I didn't really have any clue about what I wanted to do. And then I got meningitis and was admitted to hospital for a week. In that course of being in hospital, I kind of looked around and thought, I think I could do this. Every day you end up making a difference to people's lives.
Mayo, yep. Difficulty breathing. We'll see you in Resus in 10 minutes. Thank you.
Paramedics are en route with 66-year-old George, who's struggling to breathe.
To be honest, I think it's quite early.
Regular.
I've seen quite a lot, yeah.
George Wobble.
That's my writing, it says George.
That's just me after I've had a few, isn't it, George Wobble? Hello, sir. My name's George. I'm one of the doctors. Nice to meet you.
George.
We're in good company then, are we? Yeah. I'm just going to pop you across onto our bed, all right? Ready, steady, slide. Can I just have a quick listen to your chest before we talk, George? Is that all right? You just stay forward.
George, an ex-brickyard worker, has COPD, a lung condition that causes breathing difficulties.
So you went to the doctor today and they've asked you to come in and see us, is that right? And how long's your breathing been worse this time? Just today or a couple of days?
2 o'clock today.
2 o'clock today it just came on, did it? And apart from your chest, I've got that you've had a heart attack in the past and blood pressure and things, haven't you?
Yeah, fine, all right.
How long have you been feeling much worse for?
I'm not sick.
And have you been worse in the last few days at all? Yeah. I'm trying to ask you nice short questions, that's all, because I know you're struggling, all right. You're really quite tight on your chest though, so we do need to give you these treatments and things and get these oxygen levels back up a little bit, okay? I think elderly patients are generally very stoical. They don't want to come to hospital. They don't want to trouble anyone because they feel like it's a burden. And actually, they're potentially some of the sickest patients who we see. Hello. Hello, you relatives. So my name's George, I'm one of the doctors. Nice to meet you both. All right. And how long have you noticed your dad really struggling with his breathing for?
It's been last
month, 2 months or so.
And I understand you weren't very keen on coming in today, were you?
I don't like hospital.
No.
Should have been in a couple of weeks back.
Well, probably is the honest answer. But you didn't want to come, did you? The risk of not coming to hospital is that then by the time we do see you, you're a lot more sick. And sometimes it's a bit more difficult to treat them, and sometimes that can end up being a life-threatening situation. I think at the moment we're a bit concerned about your breathing and your oxygen levels. So what we need to do is we need to give you some more treatment, some more of these nebulizers to try and get your breathing a little bit better. Okay. I can't let you go home like this, can we? Hi, could we get a portable chest and resus, please?
It's another busy shift at Barnsley Hospital's casualty department.
No, just no time, is there? Yeah. Fine. Just shout if you want anything.
Yeah, he was in the middle room. I don't know if he's still there though. I think they brought him out here onto a corridor.
But for nurse Jade Mellier, who's about to clock on, this shift has a special significance.
Is it your last day?
It is, yeah. It's my last shift today, so we'll just have to see what the day brings.
An auxiliary nurse, Mike Theodore, isn't letting Jade leave quietly.
We've got digestives, pork pies, sausage rolls, cake, goodies. So everybody's welcome to come and get them.
Do you need anything? Check in, you alright?
Yeah, just all the paracetamol, thanks. Fab. I've been here 12 months now, so I came here straight from qualifying. So that's kind of why it's a bit more sad to be going. I'll never forget your first ever job as a newly qualified nurse. Been trying to keep myself occupied so I don't have to think about it and just deal with it at 7:30. Deal with the emotions then. So I'm probably going to cry.
66-year-old George has been admitted to resus. He's got COPD, a progressive lung disease, and now he's struggling to breathe.
Can I have a little listen to this chest again? Is that all right?
Dr. K has ordered a chest x-ray to assess why George's breathing has deteriorated.
Are you okay?
Save money, look like an NHS.
Where's that probe on the end of your finger? Where did that finger probe go? Where's it gone? Can I pop this on the end of your finger again? Now, I know that you don't like the mask, but we're not getting your oxygen levels up enough with just these specs.
No problem.
So,
no, it's not, I don't like it.
It just makes you feel hot.
Closed in, isn't it? But my face looks like it.
So we'll give you some more nebulizers, but then we'll have to give you oxygen with a mask as well after that, okay?
Ooh.
I think it's important that you explain why you want them to do whatever it is. At the end of the day, if they don't want to do it, it's their decision, and we can only really advise people. I think there's a lot of reasons why people are scared of hospitals. It's difficult from our point of view because we come to a hospital every single day to work, so it seems like just a normal environment. But if you put yourself in your patient's shoes, it might have been years before they've been here. They don't know what's going to happen. They're worried about things hurting. They're worried about finding some bad news which they didn't know about. We will do everything we can to get your temperature as best as it can be, but I might get to a stage where I have to be a bit mean and just keep the oxygen on even if it is making your face feel a bit warm. If we don't get these oxygen levels better, we won't get your breathing better and we won't get you better.
Dr. K has George's x-ray results.
Looking at your x-ray, it does look as though there's a patch of infection on your chest, which would be a pneumonia. So I'm just going to give you an extra antibiotic as well to the one that you've had. If there's anything that you want to ask me or anything comes to mind, just give us a shout, all right? I'm more than happy to pop back, okay?
Put mask on straight.
Better?
No, it's on my nose.
Or
Up a bit.
up a bit.
That bit.
We'll get there eventually, won't we?
It's Nurse Jade's last shift, but there's no time to reminisce. Casualty is filling up.
Gordon. Cute. you see this person? I haven't got my glasses on. I think I'll make it through the day without crying, but I can't promise there's not going to be tears at the end. Says what in me. Where did you see that? Oh wow. The waiting room apparently. Just bear with me.
I was here on Friday
Were you?
afternoon.
Come and tell me all about it.
90-year-old Audrey is back in casualty following a suspected mini-stroke 3 days ago.
Let me find a step stool, because it's a bit high, that.
Advanced nurse practitioner Cheryl needs to discover why she's back.
Right then, I found it. You just carefully stand on here. Nice and careful. No, do you heck? I don't do washing, I don't worry about that.
Oh,
There are lots of patients that come of the elderly population now. I'm saying elderly, my dad will kill me saying that, but they're very vulnerable and they're having a difficult day. And what I need to find out is what's happened this morning.
I've been to see the consultant.
What's that for? Why did you...
Well, I was brought in on
Yeah.
Friday afternoon
Okay.
because I'd fallen at home.
Okay.
I've seen the consultant this morning and
Yeah.
he's making an appointment for me to have a head scan.
Oh, okay. All right.
Got all that sorted and I thought, oh, just have a bit of lunch.
Yeah?
Got up from the table in the restaurant
Yeah.
and I fell over backwards.
Did you know you were going to fall?
Well, the thing was...
How did you
the
feel? What
chairs-
happened?
The chairs are a bit awkward.
Okay.
No arms are.
All right.
And you can't sort of get
Put your weight
yeah,
on them.
couldn't get
Yeah.
the weight on.
Yeah.
So the chair and I went backwards
I see, together.
together.
I'm with you. So it's really important if somebody has a fall to work out whether they are falling because they feel faint prior to falling and or have collapsed, or whether they've slipped and tripped and fallen. And obviously that's a completely different medical workup. Yeah.
When I was here in the afternoon
Yeah.
on Friday, they didn't think I'd had a mini stroke.
Yeah, because your symptoms had got better, hadn't they?
Yes.
But you had some symptoms.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, I
and
understand.
so this is why they booked me in
Yeah.
to come and see the consultant
Yeah.
today.
Yeah. Have you been well recently otherwise?
Oh, yes.
Been fine?
Yes,
Do you live on
yes.
your own?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So you're self-independent?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. As an advanced nurse practitioner, I assess patients just like the doctors do. I like the problem solving around it. Sometimes I get that right and sometimes I get that very wrong. But that's why seniors are there, so we can talk with them and talk these things through. Jane, can I ask you a question about this lady? You know those chairs they've got in a restaurant, they've got no arms on, so she couldn't press down to get up, and the chair and her have gone back, and then she's hit her head. Yeah. But other than that, I've no red flags at all. Yeah. But she does live on her own, and she has banged her head, so keep her for a bit. It makes you more aware of how easy it is to fall. They feel a bit vulnerable, but you can certainly help them to understand what's going to happen next. If we did send you home, is there anybody that could be with you for 24 hours or not?
No.
And if there's not, it's not a problem.
No.
We need to observe you for 24 hours because you have bashed your head.
Yes.
And in the light of what's already happened, we just want to keep an eye on you. But what's important, you see, if you're on your own and then there's something wrong with the brain, you can't tell anybody anything. So we just need to observe you for a little while. We'll try and work it all out, don't worry. That's fine. Just needed to know. All right, darling.
In the hub, Auxiliary Mike is on a top-secret mission.
What's with you two?
I know why.
It's Nurse Jade's last day, and he's determined to get her leaving card signed by all the staff.
You haven't seen Jade's card, have you? Might be in coordinator's desk.
Two out.
Found it. I don't know, that's why I need to be careful with it.
Right, I'm gonna go check. It says to call chemo unit.
Thank you very much. You signed Jade card.
Bring him back.
Just got to keep an eye on her, make sure I don't see her. Hide it quick. Good card, isn't it? Nice card.
Sorry, check.
In fact, CDU. I bet they haven't signed it actually. Hey up, you alright? Heads what? Yeah, no.
Just hearing everywhere.
Honey. See what I mean? She gets everywhere, bless her.
Have you seen one of those Indian movies? They go like this.
We don't have Metropolitan.
No, I can't say that I have, Nicholas.
You haven't?
No.
Those are like
No,
classic,
I mean,
classic.
no. Don't do classic, do I? I do 50 Shades of Grey. 50 Shades of Grey is
That's a classic now as well.
That'll never be a classic. Have you seen
Dr. Nick Manny's next patient is 9-month-old Marcus. Mum Amy is worried. He's lethargic and has a very high temperature.
So this little one is Marcus. So in terms of why we're here today, you've attended GP on Monday.
Yeah.
We've had a bit of a cough and had chest infection.
He suffered with his chest the whole winter, and he did have a chest infection a couple of months ago.
And how have we been then since?
A bit cry during the night, and then he'd normally wake up and have a bottle. He didn't want it, so I kept trying him with it. He wouldn't have it, and he would just floppy in his high chair.
Sometimes the sixth sense of the parents, the gut feeling that they have, is an important thing not to discount.
His temperature's 39.1,
Okay.
so I gave him some Calpol.
Yeah.
I went and sat on the sofa with him. He weren't responsive.
Yeah.
So that's when I rang an ambulance because I thought I don't know what to do now.
Was it completely unresponsive? Completely.
If I really talked to him quite loud and woke him up, he'd open his eyes slightly and do a little moan, like a little half cry.
Yeah.
And then close them again and go back to sleep.
Have he perked up now?
Yeah, since he got here, he's played a little bit,
Yeah.
but only for 5 minutes and then got tired and lay down.
That's always a good sign. Now, if it's okay with you, I'm gonna have a look over Marcus. Okay. The last thing you want to do is for the child to be traumatized, so that the next time they come to the hospital, they're scared and they start crying. What is it? I've got a friend called Elfie. Elfie is an elephant. There you go, look. Well done. Hey Mum, do you want to just hold that and just keep him occupied with that? Look. Tickle. I've got a whole zoo of them, like different animals. Yeah, depending on the shift. So he helps me along and is always with me as a little friend. I'm just gonna have a quick look to see if there are any spiders in your ears. Are there any spiders? Okay, well done. But I think in children, distraction is an important tool. Right, so Mom, I think Marcus has bronchiolitis.
Yeah.
Have you heard of that? Has he had it before? Is that what he's been suffering
during the winter with it, yeah.
Usually in this condition, day 4, day 5 is the worst, and then it gets better. So what I suggest is that we give some ibuprofen. We continue with the fluid.
Yeah.
Could you please try to give it on the side of the mouth? We'll do that for a total of an hour, finger crossed. I'm hoping that we can send you home.
Oh, good.
So I'll see you in an hour then. Okay.
Trauma, yep. Reduced sensation. 29-year-old male. Fall downstairs. All right, we'll see you in resus. Thank you. Bye.
Coordinating the department today is lead nurse Hannah.
Trauma team to redo your resus, please. Lisa? Got trauma. Put trauma call out.
She's responsible for making sure the right resources are exactly where they need to be.
Do I need another nurse in here?
One of the team assigned to the incoming trauma is Nurse Jade.
Right, I put trauma call out. Resus D, 29-year-old male, full flight of stairs.
Usually fitting well. He's gone from top to bottom carpeted stairs, knocking the right side of his head on a cupboard, no loss of consciousness, full recollection of events, he's fallen off a dog. He's complaining of severe right-sided back pain, and obviously with the reduced sensation in his lower legs, we wanted to protect his back.
Yeah.
touching his arm and touching his leg in the same fashion, he can't feel it the same in his lower limbs. He's been collared since we got there. He has had alcohol. A couple of cans of 6% lager.
Right.
I'm just going to shine a light in your eyes, alright? Just look straight up to the ceiling for me.
The team now have to assess how seriously Kev has damaged his back.
All right now.
Yeah.
Your hands. You get something in.
Yeah.
All right. Cheers, Mike.
Does that hurt? Can you give your toes a wiggle for me? Push down on my hand. That's it, that's it. And now push down on this hand. Push, push, push. Can you feel me touching you there?
Slightly.
Can you feel anything there? What about there? Does it feel different on both sides? Yeah. What about there?
No.
Got milk, love? Yeah.
The team are now halfway through today's shift, but with all the treatment bays currently full, there's no sign of things slowing down.
Alan is the next bed to go.
I'm sure you can see it's very busy at the moment. Somebody will get to you.
One of those patients waiting to be seen is 72-year-old Thomas.
How long will it be stitching it?
Helen?
How long will it be before we stitch it?
Doctors needs to have a look at it.
That's all.
Yeah. He'll have a look and then decide what he wants to do with it, so if it needs gluing or suturing.
Right.
And then just...
Yeah. So, no chance of getting a cup of tea in there?
I'll just double check that you've got.
Advanced nurse practitioner Richard has been assigned to Thomas's case.
Hello then.
Hello.
Yeah, Thomas, my name's Richard. I just washed my hands, bud, and get you sorted out. How are you feeling now?
Okay, mate.
What you been up to?
Believe it or not, I was just struck the door and then stood up and forgot about the cupboard above.
Ah, right,
Top of the
okay.
cupboard.
Is it a good old cut then?
It's just to say this, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a look in it in a few minutes. And did you get knocked out?
Knocked us on the floor, but wasn't knocked
But you're
out.
not knocked out. And how do you feel now?
Okay.
Okay. And have you vomited since?
No.
No. No vision problems?
Should have learned by the first time.
You should have shut that cupboard door.
It wasn't the door, it was the corner of the cupboard.
Okay. And there's a lot of blood?
Yeah, there were.
Yeah. Head wounds tend to bleed quite. And when did you do it last time?
A couple of months ago, I think.
What you like, eh?
I know.
As a job, I've got the best job in the world. It's fantastic. I really like putting the uniform on and getting out there and getting stuck in. Have a little look, see what it needs.
Yeah,
Did it need stitches last time, or?
No.
No. And that feels okay there?
Yeah. Just a bit sore, that's all.
Yeah. Fine. We won't have to cut your hair. Right, let me lift your head up for me.
Yeah.
Perfect, that's like that. Okay. Yeah, I could. Me too, mate. Me too. Well, we can close that with some steri strips. You don't need stitching or anything like that. So I'll patch you up.
Okay.
All right, bud. I might need hand actually. If you don't like gory stuff, then your A&E emergency department's not for you. We can see blood, sputum, vomit, poo. Might just need you to either put some steri strips on or hold some gauze on it, whichever. Okay, right, so let's just have a look. Okay. You alright there?
Yeah.
If you'll give me some steri strips across the top of there, bud. Perfect. Might leave a little scar.
Yeah.
Is this the other one, is it? You got it back here?
Got it with a brick.
You got hit with a brick?
Yeah, 12 stitches last year.
Just going to bob some glue in between, okay, and then bob a dressing on that and you're done. If it's any consolation, I've bumped my head on a cupboard door as well. Forever doing it.
That's nice.
Yeah. I don't think I've gone with a belt like that where you you from standing.
I jumped up.
Yeah. That was pretty good. Closed alright, it'll heal okay. Leave you a little bit of a scar.
Yeah.
We'll bob a dressing over the top of it,
Yeah.
okay. And you're free to go whenever, okay?
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks very much.
I'll see you later, bud.
Stick it on me, yeah?
I think I missed it.
Hiya, it's anyone at Lead Nurses down in ED. I've got a gentleman to come up to you, please.
Why is the computer not working?
Nurse Jade is working her final shift at Barnsley's casualty department.
You're sad about leaving, aren't you? You can genuinely tell.
Probably. I'll try and poker face it.
Sad though, isn't it? It's when people start saying nice things as well, and you're like, oh, that upsets you.
They can all say horrible things.
And you'll be like, I'm
glad that ED lot's gone.
Though everyone's run off their feet, Auxiliary Mike is determined to get Jade's leaving card signed by everybody.
Jodie, sign this card for Jade.
Too warm today.
Yeah.
I like this card because I think everybody has signed it now. Good luck in your new job. Sure, you will be amazing. Good luck in your new job. Good luck in your new job. You'll be excellent. So it's all about good luck in new job, really.
What's some heat word again?
Wait till she's gone around the corner, then we'll put it back in the drawer.
Set up.
There you go. And we always hide it. And that's that. Okay.
It's like Dr. Skippy.
In treatment bay 1 is 90-year-old Audrey. She had a fall while in the hospital's restaurant. Nurse Cheryl wants her to be assessed by one of the physiotherapists.
No, I'm going to let her get you lot to see her, if that's okay. She's going to have to stay in CDU because she's nobody for 24 hours either, and she's hit her head.
I might as well start.
Yeah, perfect.
See how we get on.
That's ace, thanks, love. Yeah. I'm just waiting for her bloods as well.
Good afternoon. My name's Jovan. I'm one of the physiotherapists from the urgent care team.
Oh, yes.
They've just asked me to come and ask you a few kind of basic questions so we can get a bit of background information. I don't look like your normal healthcare professional. I think I'm probably quite a lot softer than I might appear. Can I just ask, are you scared of falling?
I am, yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so 10 is the most scared you could possibly be and 0 is not scared at all. Where would you fall on that kind of line?
I would think about 8.
About an 8, so we're quite worried. If that was my mum sat there or lying there, what would I want best for her? So you've had a vision test in the last year then?
I had one this last November. This is when I got new glasses on.
Very nice. Very nice indeed. They're a lovely shade. Okay.
I've got to be with it, you know.
Absolutely, absolutely. Very fashionable. I like it. I'm going to give you a street name that I want you to remember. So repeat after me, 42 West Street. It is always 42 West Street, yeah, that's right. It's ingrained into my soul. I don't think I'll ever forget that now.
42 West Street.
Perfect, okay. What year are we in?
2019.
Lovely. Okay. What's the name of the building that we're in right now?
It's Barnsley Hospital.
Perfect. What year did World War II start? That was 1930.
1939, I was 11.
No, 39. 39, I'm so sorry. Yeah, that's the one. Who's sat on the throne at the moment?
Queen Elizabeth II.
Fantastic. Can you remember that address that I gave you?
42 West Street.
Perfect, that's a 10 out of 10. I'm just going to tell you, the reason I did that is a quick memory test just to check that everything's in working order and you're absolutely fine.
And I'm not going silly.
Absolutely not. You've got a better memory than me. That's all the paperwork done for now. Okay, what I think we'll do is we'll probably wait till you're in CDU and we'll see you from there. Is that all right? And we'll carry on.
I have to stay in.
Yeah, I think what it is because you've bumped your head, they're a bit concerned, so they've got to do a 24-hour observation to check nothing more serious has happened. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I know it's a bit of a pain, but we won't want anything kind of untoward to happen.
No.
Is that all right?
Yes.
All right, thank you very much for your time. Thank you. All right.
Dr. K is in resus, treating George, who's still struggling to breathe.
Can I have a little listen to this chest again, see what that wheeze is doing?
It's because I'm warm and my mouth's dry. Ooh.
You're getting a bit more air in now, though. It's better than it was. We'll keep our eyes open for your blood tests because they're not back yet. But the chest x-ray shows you've got an infection, so we know what we're treating. And you're looking a bit more comfortable than you were.
My ass is sore.
The best thing is the patients, the worst thing is also the patients. Said there's got a touch at pneumonia, at least we've got it before it starts, isn't it? I wish there was a magic fix that I could give you. Unfortunately, there's not. I think I'd try and put them at ease a little bit, especially if they're worried, and just try and make sure they're comfortable and feel secure and safe, really. So we'll keep going with this fluid to try and help slow this heart rate down of yours. Okay, keep giving you nebulizers if you need them, and hopefully get you a bit better. But we'll get you onto the ward shortly. Well, I say shortly, as soon as we can. All right.
An hour ago, Dr. Manny diagnosed 9-month-old Marcus with bronchiolitis.
Right, hi Mum. Right, how are we doing?
We've got some fluids in him.
Great.
Not milk.
Yeah.
And he's had a little pot of... he's had a little pot of fruit.
Brilliant. From my point of view, I'm not concerned from what we've talked about. I'm happy for you guys to go home, okay? But any worries, you know where we are. Please come back, and I suspect this would have been the worst day of the bronchiolitis, so I'm hoping that we will start getting better. Okay then, alright, all the best, bye-bye.
Nurse Jade is in recess and only has a few hours left of her last shift.
Hello there.
Where are you going?
Practice nurse.
Oh, do you not get bored?
It'd be different.
She's waiting for her patient to return from a CT scan.
You alright, Kev?
I'm fine.
Her patient, 29-year-old Kev, tripped over his dog and fell down the stairs.
Going back all in one piece.
His obs will need rechecking now. It's been quite a while down there.
Kev's not the first person to fall foul of his four-legged friend.
Well, that's like 99.9% of injuries in my house.
I've never fallen as much since I've had a dog.
Yeah.
Just walk in front of your feet that way.
If it sets off quick on the wrong road, I've fallen a few times.
Yeah. Mine just walks in front of you, she just does not care. I have a dog called Jessica. She's a border collie, so she's very energetic. And she's one of those dogs who always has to follow you everywhere. All right, Kev. There's been a few times where I've gone flying either down or up the stairs, just generally falling over it. So yeah, she gets in the way quite a lot. Right, come in. I have you some more morphine. What dog have you got?
It's a Brocker Spaniel. He's too excited and he's stupid. He decided to get in front of me and I tripped up and then fell down the stairs and smashed my head off the cabinet. But apart from that, it's lovely. But luckily I had my phone and dropped out of my pocket, so I managed to ring an ambulance, but I feel a bit rubbish.
How's your pain?
It is pain, yeah, because it doesn't seem to go.
But can you just chill and relax and feel comfortable?
Is there any more left? Just chuck it in me.
I can't just chuck it in you.
Yes, can.
No, if you have too much, what you can do is, because it's an opioid, it can send you into respiratory distress, so your breathing will slow right down, and that can be quite dangerous. That's why we keep an eye. That's why we only give it in bits and we keep an eye on it. We've had half on this one. People do have different pain thresholds, and what's going to be painful to me might not necessarily be painful to, say, my partner. You know, he's a bit more tougher than I am. Do you want a little bit more?
Yeah, a little bit more then.
What's your pain at?
Have you actually put some in? That might not hit me yet. I need something to wipe my mouth with.
If you walk into a room and you do see a 20-year-old, then you can be a bit more relaxed with them, judge if they need that laugh and the reassurance. Right, Kev, got you. It's like a little sponge. I've got this like little refreshing toothpastey stuff.
That's water inside.
It's just a case of judging it as you walk through those curtains. I can give you some water, but try this first. Swish it around your gums and your mouth and your lips. I'll get you a cup of water. Swish it.
Oh,
You don't like that? Do you want some water?
yeah.
You've not tried to contact orthopaedics, have you?
Can you go to scan, darling?
Waiting to be seen in the hub is 66-year-old Vicky, who's come into casualty after feeling faint and nearly collapsing.
Come on in here. So, is it all right to call you Victoria? Vicky? Vicky, I'm Cheryl. Nice to meet you. I'm one of the practitioners here. So tell me what's happened.
I've got a bleed in the stomach.
Oh, okay.
I don't know where it is, so waiting to see whether we're going to refer it to Sheffield or not.
Okay. What investigations have you had done then?
I've had camera down numerous
Okay.
times and I
Can't find anything.
I've had a few blackouts.
Oh, yeah. So you're symptomatic with it as well. And today, have you been like that?
I've not blacked out, but I felt like I was going to.
Okay. Bob up here for me. When was the last time you felt like you could collapse?
Just before my son came to get me, we were 88 and we were 47 and that one was 65.
Okay. Okay. All right. Are you drinking plenty of fluids and things as well? Yeah. Okay. I just want to listen to your heart and your lungs and things, if that's all right. Just shut this door. All right to go up and under your jumper. Okay, stick your tongue out for me. Do you feel very dry?
Yeah, all the time.
You do look dry at the moment, yeah. Just going to feel your tongue. Just try and relax, try and have a nice fluffy belly for me. Any pain in your back here at all?
I've got pain in my back constantly because I've got spinal stenosis.
Oh, okay. So that's normal for you.
Yeah.
So that there's not any particular pain. Okay. I'm just going to go and have a little look at your blood and come back in a bit. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Just bear with me, love. Won't be long.
With the seriousness of Vicky's symptoms, Nurse Cheryl calls one of the senior medical team for some advice.
She's come in today because she's near collapsing with low blood pressure, but this keeps happening. She is anemic as well from the bleeding, we're presuming. So my question is what we're going to do with her, because she's obviously symptomatic from this condition but hasn't got a follow-up appointment yet, and you know, she could collapse.
In Barnsley Hospital, lead nurse Hannah is still working on finding beds for everyone.
Waiting for beds up on medical unit. I have spoken to bed manager. Beds are coming available on medical wards.
Lord, let me go home.
Have you had your cake?
Yes, I've had 3 slices.
3 slices.
Yeah. Second on the lips, redder on the hips.
Oh, it's your last day, so it'll be alright.
That's
But I'm sure we're going to stick to your car, but with something.
No, don't touch my car.
I'm going to find it first.
Don't touch my car.
Where you parked? Yeah. Yeah, of course I can.
I told you, I'm not telling you.
Right, we're going to take you up to ward. Going up to AMU, so you guys can come up with him. Yeah? And then hopefully leave you up there.
I'll miss them all. Small in their own little special way. Hi.
Oh, you sad?
Yeah.
Oh, are you going to cry?
No. I'm going to try not to.
In resus, the CT scan results are back for Nurse Jade's final patient. Kev fell down the stairs after tripping over his Sprocker Spaniel.
Your scan looks absolutely normal, so that's really reassuring.
Yeah, it's looking a lot better
Mm-hmm.
than the first time.
Magic nurse powers.
Where?
Do you want a normal cup now?
Is that bye-bye, So I've got to stay in overnight then?
Yeah. Just so we can keep an eye on you. You've been like my last patient on A&E, so it's been a pleasure. I used to have a border collie called Kevin. Our Kev. Top dog. Oh, he's so cute. Oh, you can't be angry at that face. He's gorgeous. How old is he?
9.
He looks like a puppy, doesn't he? You can't be angry at that face, I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to forgive it when you go home.
No trees.
Oh yeah, it'll be the porters. Let me just find their number for you.
Just hope that then beds start moving so that we can get, because we've had 3 hours of over-expected attendances.
In the hub, Nurse Cheryl has got an update for Vicky, who came into casualty with low blood pressure and feeling faint.
Just going to number 11, okay. Have a seat, my lovely. Oh, stuff everywhere, isn't there? Everybody's so busy, it's like everything gets left. So, Vicky, I think in light of what you've said about feeling like you're having these near collapses and you've had blackouts as well, I think it's a bit unsafe to send you home. I thought I could get you to the day clinic that we've got, and they said, no, we don't know the cause, it might take a bit longer, so we're better admitting to the ward. Get them to have a look at you and see what to do next. Is that all right with you? Yeah. All right, well, thank you. We'll make sure the bed's booked then.
As the shift comes to an end, it's time for the staff to hand over to the new team clocking on.
They're just assessing him now, and then just allocate the rest of them.
Thank you. Thank you. See you later, my darling. Thank you, everybody. Love you. Enjoy. Good luck.
For Nurse Jade, the end of her shift marks the end of her time at Barnsley Hospital.
That's it. Right, all the best, Kev. All the best. Hope you have a
Enjoy your new job.
I hope I made your last shift good.
You did. Enjoy your new job. You'll be back. You'll be back. See you later. See you later. Just like going through the whole department, hugging everyone now, you know. I've been in the department now for just over a year. So I'll miss you all. So I have to come back corner, see all your faces. Trying to hold it back. I'm going to miss everything. I'm going to miss that tight-knitted little team we've got. We're going to miss you. You're going to be fine. You're going to be right good on holiday. I'm going to miss everything about it. Enjoy. Thank you.
You practice nursing?
Yes.
Have a good time.
Thank you. See you later. I think there probably is going to be tears at the end. You know, this is my last debrief.
So, thank you very much, everybody. Just to say thank you to Jade. It's her last shift.
I think that's going to make me cry. Yes.
Thank you, everybody. You'll be back.
You'll be back.
I will.
Thank you. It's going to get emotional.
Yeah.
I don't worry, I've got a bigger box.
Later on.
Fine with me.
You'll be fine.
You've done fantastic for qualifying. You're a great nurse. Okay. You know where we are, phone call away.
It's a very proud feeling to be a nurse. If people ask you, oh, what do you do? To be able to say, I'm an A&E nurse, that makes you feel like really, really proud.
Don't worry, I'm sure you'll be back.
I'll try and sorrow us tonight, though.
Enjoy. Take care. You know where we are. See you later.
Yeah, and it was the best thing I ever did.
Next time on Casualty 24/7.
I don't want to argue with you. Cheers, bye.
Well, mate, me loves sports.
When you got to him initially, he was very grey. And what's the respiratory rate now?
Can't stop in here much longer. I've got a dab on. Yeah, it's a bit of a bruise, isn't it? Is it so?
Are you sure these aren't on Amazon?
And we're back at Casualty 24/7 next Wednesday at 9. A mother and daughter running a hotel together. Alex Polizzi knows all about that. She checks in with her personal experience in New Hotel Inspector tomorrow at 9. Next, before they face the future, they need to face the scales. One family are finding the home truths hard to stomach in brand new It's Your Fault I'm Fat.